McGregor's in trouble. McGregor's in trouble. And McGregor taps. The fight is over. Khabib, an obvious celebration. He'll retain the championship belt. Now he jumps the ring. Oh, and now there's a fight in the crowd. Khabib jumps over the ring. There's a fight in the crowd. The fans are going crazy. Now there's a fight in the ring. McGregor takes a left, a right, a left. Oh boy, it looks like some of Khabib's people have jumped into the ring. And there's fights all over the place, folks. A big punch by the Korean Zombie. Moicano's down. Can he hold on? And the fight is over. Wow. Goodness gracious. I never saw that coming, I'll be honest. I was saying before this fight started that Renato Moicano's going to win this fight, no problem. And the Korean Zombie on the first punch, flush to the face, Moicano goes right to the ground. And he was dazed and confused. What up? This is your boy, Crisscross 304, checking in. Another great weekend of sports. Just heard some sights and sounds from UFC, Greenville from this past weekend, and of course McGregor losing to Khabib just a few months back. Well, several months back to be exact. Earlier today, USA women's soccer gets the win, 2-1 versus Spain. Megan Rapinoe scores two penalty kick goals. The game was to win the game, but the game was tied at halftime, 1-1. Spain gave the USA, number one team in the world, quite a scare. And then it was USA getting the goal in the second half and then having to hold on for 8.5 minutes of extra time. Despite the 90 minutes elapsing, they had 8.5 minutes of extra time due to injuries and substitutes and things of that nature. So it was a little bit chaotic. Both Megan Rapinoe and other USA superstar both went out of the game. So if Spain would have scored, the USA could have been definitely in big trouble in extra time. So luckily that didn't happen. The USA held off Spain, got the win, and now they'll move to the round of 8, or better known as the quarterfinals, where they'll take on France on Friday. And it's going to be another tough game for the women's soccer team because France is the host country. So you can expect France to have lots of fans at the game. They will be ready, and it's going to be a tough situation once again for USA to win a game in another country, especially the host nation. So France will bring their A game against the USA. Again, number one team in the world, won a few World Cups here recently. So many USA fans will look to the USA to win another one. But the question is, in this World Cup, is why aren't the U.S. women getting more coverage? You know, when the U.S. men make the World Cup, and of course we haven't seen them win one. I don't know if they've ever won one, but definitely haven't won one in my lifetime because I've been watching since I was a kid. But they get all types of coverage. Everyone knows all the names of the players and things of that nature. But you got the women's team for USA that's number one in the world, and they get almost no coverage. So it's hard to understand, hard to figure out. It brings up a topic of the women for USA wanting more pay. They want more money. They want to be paid equal to men. And I think I've been a critic of that, because it's kind of supply and demand. But at the same time, when you see the lack of coverage locally here in the U.S., especially when we have the number one team in the world and we're expected to win, it's kind of jaw-dropping. And the women do, in my opinion now, deserve to get paid equal to the men, and they deserve especially and more so to have the coverage. But that's the situation. Stay tuned. We'll come back. We'll talk about UFC right after this. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is The Community. I'm so stressed. Why won't they they just back off. Get off me. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious. So anxious. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious, so anxious, so anxious. I keep talking, just listen. Going for a ride on an endless mission. Got tickets, free admission. Feeling so sick, can't wait for intermission. Shouting back and forth is always fun, never bored. But I'm so stressed all the way to the core. Don't say a word, check your feelings at the door. Sounding kinda crazy, can't be here no more. Fucking with the devil, yeah, I'm on a higher level. Dance around the stage like a fighter in a cage. Feeling so trippy, do you mess with that sticky? That sticky yicky yicky got me feeling so trippy. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious. So anxious. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious, so anxious, so anxious. Social anxiety, it keeps stressing me. All these people want control just like the enemy. Moving so steadily, in and out of everything. Living in a nightmare, but I will escape Freddy Krueger, Lex Luthor, don't let them screw ya. Living on the edge, take a flight, I never knew ya. Fighting all this pain, I'm like going insane. Living on the edge, I like dancing in the rain. I know I make no sense, but I like it that way. Disciple of Christ, yes, He is the way. Throw your hands up if you feel this way. Jesus Christ, soldiers, make some noise today. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious. So anxious. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious, so anxious, so anxious. Gotta wake up, gotta wake up, gotta wake up, wake up. Gotta wake up, gotta wake up, gotta wake up, wake up. Gotta wake up, gotta wake up, gotta wake up, wake up. Gotta wake up, gotta wake up, gotta wake up, wake up. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious. So anxious. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious, so anxious, so anxious. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious. So anxious. Why am I feeling so anxious? Move out the way, I'm so anxious. I'm feeling so anxious, so anxious, so anxious. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. Am I detained? If not, let me go. Everywhere I go, I can't stand a po-po. Dressed in black, maybe blue, makes me sick. What about you? Riding by with my crew, hands up, don't shoot. I was chilling on the sea, messed up on some cream. Faded, roll another one to get down for my team. The boys on a mission titled Fuck the Police. No disrespect, but you don't own the streets. We coming to a city near you, believe me. Revolution on our minds in every damn city. Americans have an urge to always live in peace. Try and play with this and you be R.I.P. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. Can you feel the po-po when they knocking at your door? Can you feel the po-po when they creeping real slow? People wake up and learn to be free. Come on, get up, just stand on your feet. There's a price to be free. Keep fighting, let's see a nation rising up together, one love for country. I love Trump but not police. I know confusing, but I never said I'm normal. Like a bee I might sting. Bring it on till the break of dawn. When the cops pull you over, sit back and yawn. Learn the law, know the law, then you feel so tall. When it gets disrespected, make the call. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. Everywhere I go, I see the po-po. Fucking with the people, can't seem to get enough. I can't take it no more. What up? This your boy Crisscross 304 checking in. Be sure to subscribe to the channel today. Live UFC events each and every Saturday. Follow our playlists for each UFC event, which includes the face-offs and live updates, as well as interviews leading up to each event. Also follow us daily as we live stream baseball events, MLB to be exact, also football, NFL, college football, and basketball by way of the NBA and the NCAA. Follow our playlists, which we are well known for, like home run hitters, dunk dynasty, and fights and ejections. You'll be sure to like those. Make sure you subscribe so when new videos are posted, you see them. It's your boy Crisscross 304. Let's get back to it. Peace. What up? This your boy Crisscross 304 checking in for segment 2. Segment 2, we're going to talk a little bit about UFC. And this past weekend, it went down in dramatic fashion. Of course, there were 5 or 6 straight decisions at UFC Greenville. That was in South Carolina just 2 days ago on Saturday night. But then it got explosive toward the end, as you had 2 knockouts, one by Randy Brown, which was moved to the co-main event when Rob Font and John Lineker was canceled. So Randy Brown knocked out Bryan Barberena in round 3. It looked like it was going to go to the decision, but instead you had a knockout by Randy Brown in the 3rd round near the end of the fight with a knee to the stomach and then a punch to the face. Bryan Barberena went down, and that was it. He could not get back up. He didn't even tap out. Randy Brown was very professional, stepped back, realized the other guy couldn't fight no more, and then the ref was forced to step in, and the fight was stopped. And then you had the shocker of the night, number 5, featherweight division, Renato Moicano, black belt in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu that is, very good fighter. Many thought he would win against the Korean zombie, Chan Sung Jun, but it didn't happen. And just to give you a quick recap, let's listen to it again, and here's the sound and the shock during the knockout. Oh, a big punch by the Korean zombie! Moicano's down! Can he hold on? And the fight is over. Wow! Goodness gracious. I never saw that coming, I'll be honest. I was saying before this fight started that Renato Moicano is going to win this fight, no problem. And the Korean zombie on the first punch, flush to the face, Moicano goes right to the ground. And he was dazed and confused. So that was the live reaction from UFC Greenville this past Saturday night. Again, Renato Moicano getting shocked in the first minute. Completely dazed and confused. The Korean zombie ducked the left-hand jab from Renato Moicano and then came back quickly with the right, and that was it. Moicano's on the ground, dazed and confused, tried to recover. Took another 10 seconds or so, and then the ref finally had to step in as Moicano could just not fight back. He couldn't defend himself as he was hit with that vicious right hand. So that ended the night. in a dramatic way. Those last 2 knockouts after 5 straight decisions. So thank goodness for that, and the UFC that it ended with some excitement. Speaking of excitement, you have UFC Minneapolis coming this Saturday night, and you got Francis Ngannou will take on Dos Santos, which should be a very explosive fight. 2 big guys going to go toe-to-toe in the ring. You have some other good fights along the way leading up to that main event this Saturday night. And they've already had media day interviews, and check those out on YouTube. Also today, media day, it kind of surprised me. I wasn't ready for this, but media day for UFC 239 is already complete. Face-offs are on the channel. You want to check that out. And again, as I've said leading up to UFC 239 over the past 2 or 3 months, this may be one of the best UFCs ever. And I know that's tough to say with some of the ones you've had in the past, like McGregor and Khabib, and all the we're at UFC 239, so you had 238 main events as well as the small fights, 3 or 4 to be exact in between each UFC big main event. So you've had roughly 600-700 UFC contests, and this might be the biggest one ever. And just to run down real quick, you have John Jones will be fighting on that card. And then just in the co-main event in fight number 2, and usually this will be a main event, but it's Amanda Nunes versus Holly Holm. Okay, and of course that division is waiting for someone to step up. Holly Holm has been sticking around. You remember she beat Ronda Rousey to win the championship belt and lost it to Nunes. Nunes has successfully defended the belt, and now Holly Holm has worked her way back to get a chance to compete for the title again, and do not count her out. Now, of course, Amanda Nunes has beaten everyone, even Cyborg. So there's no one that can stop her. She's #1 woman fighter in the world, bar none. Shevchenko can make an argument, but she lost to her head up. So Nunes, #1 in the world, it seems unbeatable. But it wouldn't be the first time someone that seems unbeatable lost. I think one of the biggest shockers I've ever seen was in boxing when Roy Jones Jr. lost for the first time. I remember being in shock when that happened. And anything could happen. Nunes could lose at any given time. But as long as everything goes the way it should, she's fighting in her hometown of Brazil. You got to believe that the UFC has set her up for success, and she's going to win that big fight in fight number 2 at UFC 239. And when you start to go down the list on other fights, and we'll break those down next week as the event gets closer, but you'll start to realize this is going to be a powerful UFC event, because you can even go to fight 5 or 6 on down the list at the beginning of the main card and even in the prelims, and you're going to see ranked fighters. So up and down the card, there's going to be ranked fights, one after another after another. And if you just look at UFC Greenville this past weekend, it wasn't a main event, just a regular Saturday UFC fight. You only had 2 fights with ranked fighters. And you look at UFC 239, you're going to have 5, 6, or 7 of them. So that's going to make for a very exciting night at UFC 239. So again, check those out on the channel. Make sure you subscribe while you're listening. And the face-offs are now complete for media day. These aren't the ones where they come out, with no shirts on and in their fighting gear and things like that. These are the ones where they still got their regular clothes on, and they stand face-to-face, and they do interviews and things of that nature. But it's still something to see as you get pumped up for UFC 239 again in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil on July 6th. This is your boy Chris Cross 304. You're listening to the community. Stay tuned. After this, we'll break down the MLB standings and some surprising wins from yesterday. And that'll close out the show. So stay tuned for segment 3. This is your boy Chris Cross 304.
We save. We save. We save. We save. We save. I'm spitting truth, you can get it if you want to. Undress your sin, ask him it's possible. Running through the field, well equipped for battle. Praise his name, make sure it's no hassle. Don't tell a lie, he can read your mind. Say the wrong thing and it's best you hide. Feel his wrath at the end of the ride. Must be forgiven or in Christ you die. No jokes here, let's encounter the light. Keep him in view, can't lose your sight. Jesus saves lives with all his might. All his might, all his might. How do you feel after you've been saved? Like a champion who just got paid. Like a mob boss who's just been made. Like a little kid who got a good grade. Shout it out. We save. Jump for joy. We save. Make some noise. We save. We say it, we say it, shout it out. We say it, jump for joy. We say it, make some noise. We say it, we say it, we say it. Rise from the dead, just walk with Christ. Don't need to steal, this ain't no heist. It's all for free, there is no price. But you gotta hurry up while he's being so nice. Party time, Club H is official. You've been invited, don't be superficial. Be on time or it's unofficial. Once upon a time you were artificial. I can see the future. He wrote it, not by himself, but with some help. It all makes sense when you read it, don't it? Take your time and recite it slowly. I can take blows for the one who loves me. I can stay strong for the one and only. I can take a stand for the one who loves me. I can make moves for the one and only. Shout it out. We say, jump for joy. We say, make some noise. We say, we say, we say. Shout it out. We say, jump for joy. We say, make some noise. We say, we say, we say. Shout it out. We say, jump for joy. We say, make some noise. We say, we say, we say. Shout it out. We say, jump for joy. We say, make some noise. We say, we say. We say, we saved, we saved, we saved, we saved, we saved.
Crisscross, 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 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 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross. 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 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 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 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 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 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 304, crisscross. 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 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 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross, 304, crisscross.
Fuck the devil, 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 fuck the devil.
Hey,
tear down the wall.
Hey,
tear it down.
Hey,
I only wanna worship one thing, that's his crown.
Hey,
tear down the wall.
Hey,
tear it down.
Hey,
tear it down.
Hey,
tear it down.
Hey,
tear down the walls.
Hey,
tear them down.
Hey,
I only wanna worship one thing, that's his crown.
Hey,
tear down the walls.
Hey,
tear them down.
Hey,
tear them down.
Hey,
tear them down.
Hey,
oh yeah.
I'm a worship ladder, I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
Fuck you motherfuckers, got a problem with it.
Oh yeah.
Something about your ways tell me you's a bitch. I'm bouncing up and down in your face like a pogo stick.
Boing boing.
Preaching about my soldier status, that's what's up.
Beep beep.
Chilling in my Bentley with my roof up.
Beep beep.
Cruising down your township, glancing, staring all the way to the grave. Living life for the mothership.
Yeah.
His blood dropping, making all the evil go away.
Hey.
Trusting in your Christ, Yahweh, he don't play.
Hey.
It's like living life on an island all day. So place your negative ways on display. Hey,
tear down the wall.
Hey,
tear it down.
Hey,
I only wanna worship one thing, that's his crown.
Hey,
tear down the wall.
Hey,
tear it down.
Hey,
tear it down.
Hey,
tear it down.
Hey,
tear down the walls.
Hey,
tear them down.
Hey,
I only wanna worship one thing, that's his crown.
Hey,
tear down the walls.
Hey,
tear them down.
Hey,
tear them down.
Hey,
tear them down.
Hey,
what's your name, cuz? Where you came from? God's love is so deep, what you afraid of? What's your status at? Put your faith away. This ain't no way to live, that's what God say. Cause he planned for you, wrote the Bible for you, and he died for you, but he coming back for you. Quickly came, quickly gone till we raptured. Making plans to be gone, don't be captured. Ayy, I'm just waiting on my master. Ayy, I'm just waiting to be raptured. Ayy, I'm just waiting on my master. Ayy, I'm just waiting to be raptured.
Tear down the wall,
Ayy,
tear it down.
Ayy.
I only wanna worship one thing, that's His crown.
Ayy.
Tear down the wall,
ayy,
tear it down.
ayy,
Tear it down,
ayy,
tear it down.
ayy,
Tear down the walls,
ayy,
tear them down.
ayy,
I only wanna worship one thing, that's His crown.
ayy,
Tear down the walls,
ayy,
tear them down.
ayy,
Tear them down,
ayy,
tear them down.
ayy,
Tear down the wall,
ayy,
tear it down.
ayy,
I only wanna worship one thing, that's His crown.
ayy,
Tear down the wall,
ayy,
tear it down.
ayy,
Tear it down,
ayy,
tear it down.
ayy.
Well, welcome back to segment 3. It's your host, Crisscross 304. We're going to talk about Major League Baseball. And it's that time of year. Major League Baseball is obviously on fire right now. All the other sports have ended, right? No NFL going on right now. I mean, you got training camp. It's almost July, so training camp for the NFL is getting ready to kick off. You have NBA that just winded down. NBA finals are complete. They had the NBA draft. So everything is under wraps right now in terms of football and basketball. So Major League Baseball takes the forefront. And just yesterday, you had some great situations. For one, the LA Dodgers getting the walk-off 3-run home run. And you watch them celebrate. And the Pirates, it looked like they were finished in the top of the 11th inning. They're down by a couple of runs. They end up scoring either 3 or 4 runs and ended up getting the walk-off. And literally, it was a walk that led to the walk-off. So bases loaded. Pirates player gets the walk, and the game ends in that situation. But they celebrated like they hit a home run because it's the bottom of the 11th inning, and you get a couple runs to lead the comeback. So a couple big things going on. And just talking about the Dodgers for a second, just yesterday, Cody Bellinger's foul ball strikes a woman at Dodger Stadium. And this is the second time in a week that a person has been hit by a foul ball at a baseball game. And now it's leading to safety issues, and they want to, a lot of the Major League Baseball teams are talking about extending the netting all the way down to the foul pole, which means even if you're sitting several rows back or close to the outfield, you're going to be looking through a net to see the baseball game. But at the same time, you can't have people getting hit by baseballs. It's bad for the game. And in fact, people have been killed by baseballs. I've been to several baseball games, and when those things come flying into the stands, I mean, you're getting down because if that thing hits you, it's going to hurt. No questions about it. So that's the situation in baseball in terms of safety. Let's get to the MLB standings, and not much has really changed except in one division, because in all the other divisions, 6 of them to be exact, 3 in the American League, 3 in the National League, you have teams that are several games ahead. Like first, the Yankees have a 4.5 game lead over the Tampa Bay Rays in the AL East. AL Central, the Minnesota Twins have an 8-game advantage over the Cleveland Indians. And then in the West, the Houston Astros, who are actually playing the Yankees right now and dropped them yesterday, have a 6.5 game lead over the Texas Rangers. So in each of those 3 divisions, you have several game leads for the division leader. So these divisions aren't going to change hands in the AL anytime soon. And I'll be shocked if the Yankees, Twins, and Astros, at worst, don't make the playoffs, because it's heading in that direction. As we are now roughly 80 games into the season, we're almost at the halfway mark. In the National League, Atlanta Braves, 6 games up on the Phillies. Remember, the Phillies just went through a 7-game losing streak. Did get the win yesterday against the Marlins. You saw the manager for the Phillies get thrown out on Saturday, got ejected during that 7-game losing streak. So it happens. In the National League Central, the Cubs have only a half a game lead, and then over the Brewers, and then the Cardinals in third are 2 games back of the Cubs. So you have 3 teams right there that are all battling for the division lead. That's the closest division in baseball. And then you move down to the NL West, and the Dodgers have a 13-game. Check it out again. 13-game advantage over the Colorado Rockies. LA Dodgers 54-25, and the Rockies no slouch themselves. They're 40-37, but the Dodgers are running away with the West. So that's the situation in baseball. A lot of baseball to be played. Over 80 games left in the season. About 84, 85 games for most teams. So a lot could happen. but several of these divisions are leading to runaways. So now we'll start looking at the wild card situations, especially after the mid-season break, which is coming up, the All-Star game. And most of the voting is done. There are some shockers, and we'll get into that later in the week, maybe next week. But the All-Star game is just around the corner. That's Situation in Baseball. That's your show for today. You're listening to The Community with your host, Crisscross 304. Holla back. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is the community.